Hey everybody, Dave Tallow here, coming at you with day 13th of albums that are 45 years old. Albums from 1978, celebrating the coming of spring. And if I look I'm a little bit PO'd, I am. And it's because I'm PO'd at myself. Because I did a recording of this and, well, it didn't go as planned. So anyway, hopefully this one will go through. We'll get recorded right. Before we start, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you would. It doesn't take any money or anything. Just hit the subscribe. Helps out my channel. I know not the most charismatic person in the world, but I'm trying. Talking about one of the things I love in this world is music. And if you're here, likewise. But anyway, today we're talking about a very great gentleman, and that is a man by the name Warren Zevon. Of course, if you know Warren Zevon, he passed away in 2003, and he was taken by that dreaded disease, mesothelioma. And if you know anything about it, it's very bad. It affects the lungs. It's a form of cancer, and it's brought about from breathing asbestos fiber. And Warren, his son Jordan, suggested that it came about from his childhood playing in his father's attic of his father's carpet store in Arizona. Which I can see, if you're around asbestos quite a bit, breathing those fibers, they get stuck in your lungs and they can sit there and fester for years, and then boom. And that's what happened to Warren. He started having breathing problems, started to feel dizzy, and developed a chronic cough. He refused treatment because he didn't want to be incapacitated, and instead of he started recording his final album, The Wind, which I do have a physical copy of. But the album, which is really bad. I feel for his family. It not a not a way for a gentleman like Warren Zevon to go. A great storyteller, great musician, and singer. But we're here to celebrate life, coming of spring. That's rejuvenating with life. Celebrate Warren's work and his third album, Excitable Boy. Very great album. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Warren's work and his hits, his hits, well, a lot of his hits came from this album. His three main hits. And of course, the main one is Werewolves of London. And I know, it's been overplayed on the radio. I still enjoy listening to it once in a while, but I agree, it's way overplayed. The other one was, I believe this was a B-side for Werewolves, Roland the Headless Thompson Gunner, which I love. Fantastic song. And the other one was Lawyers, Guns, and Money. And, I'm guilty. For years, I was not interested in the rest of his work because of, being unable to get past Werewolves. You bring that name up, Warren Zevon, Werewolves of Lemons. Really unfair. So I finally went in on YouTube Music and listened to his whole discography. Excitable Boy, there's so much more here than Werewolves. Johnny Strikes at the band's great. Of course, Roland the Headless Thompson Gunner is great. Excitable Boys, the title track's great. Accidentally, Like a Martyr, Nighttime in the Switchyard, Bear Cruise, and Tenderness on the Block. All worth a little bit of your time to listen to. And he had quite a few people, well-known people, helping him out on this album. I'm not going to name all of them, but a few well-known: Jackson Browne, John McVie and Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac, Linda Ronstadt, just to name a few, helping him out on this. But if you can get past Werewolves, check this album out. Give it a try. Give it a go. The rest of his discography, just strong. It's not really well known. His debut, which came out in 1970, Wanted Dead or Alive, is decent, but back then they were saying he was hard to work with, unproducible. He wanted things his way, and I guess he butted heads with the producer. So it wasn't until 6 years later, in 1976, that he put out his next album, Warren Zevon. And I'm going to see. Oh, geez. Excuse me. Then, of course, that was followed by Excitable Boy, his big breakthrough. After that, he got Bad Luck Streak in the Dancing School, which is good. Stand in the Fire live, that's great. The Envoy. I really like the Envoy. It's really great. A fantastic album. So is Sentimental Hygiene, Transverse City, Hindu Love Gods, did that with members of REM, not including Michael Stipe. Mr. Bad Example, really good. Learning to Flinch, Mutineer, right? Life Will Kill You. Is that a precursor? When I heard that title, I'm like, that came out 2000. I'm like, did Warren suspect something? My Rides Here is great. And of course, The Wind's good. It's just too bad he got taken from us too soon. And in such a bad way. I mean, I'm sorry, nobody deserves to be taken that way. Basically be robbed of your ability to sing, write. And you could tell that he was just struggling a little bit recording The Wind, but he got through it. And I think, let's see. He passed away a month after, well, not quite a month. The Wind was released in August 26th in 2003, and he passed away September. Yeah, it was a few weeks later. But anyway, Excitable Boy, check it out. In fact, check out all of Warren's discography. It's really great. It's great music. If you want to get away from the heavy metal, the black metal, whatever, this is, it's mixture of blues and a little bit of country and older rock and roll and stuff. A hodgepodge of different sounds and stuff. So that's what really makes it interesting. So anyway, anybody who's watching from California or Nevada or Arizona, my prayers are with you guys. I hope this bad weather, this wet weather, kind of mellows out after a while. But we need the water, but not this extreme. I've been watching the news from California and the rivers overflowing. Of course, they're flooding the floodplains. If you build in the floodplain, that's what you're going to get. But still, it's not fair. But anyway, check it out. And I'm not going to have a rankings video this Monday today. This weekend kind of snuck up on me. Got my mind elsewhere, and trying to get things squared away still with the death of my mother. Going through papers and blah blah. Once you think you're done with it, with one thing, along comes something else you have to worry about. But anyway, hope everything's going good with you guys. And we'll, like I said, probably next Monday, I'll have a rankings. Just got to figure out what I'm going to do. So tomorrow I have day 14, so we'll see you then.